Hey, you right guys, TheTrophyMuncher's Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 10 of The Crowded Room Season 1, which is of course the final episode that we're going to get. We made it through the entire show, and I'll be honest, I've been pleasantly surprised by the show. I think going into it, knowing that it had a 30%, I still wanted to go and with like, okay, we'll see what will kind of happen. I did that with The Idol as well. The Idol proved that it deserved the low rating that it got, but this, I completely disagree with the critics on. I think 30% has been far, far too low. I think 30% kind of made sense for like the first maybe 3 to 4 eps, but even then I would argue that is too low of a rating. But even from episode 4 onwards, so 5 to where we're at now, I feel like the show picked up significantly. I think the performances have been really good. I think the story's been pretty engaging. And like, don't get me wrong, I don't think this is an exceptional or even really great show or anything, but I do think it has been mostly good, and I'm actually invested. I want to see how it ends and what they do with Danny's character in the final episode here, of course, as well. So, will he get the help he needs? Will he die? Will he be sent to prison? There's a lot of paths that he can go down. So, yeah, I think it's been a really good show. I think it's been worth the time, which is the important part. That it's been worth the time that I've put into watching it. So, yeah, I completely disagree with the 30%. I think, depending how this episode goes, I'm probably leaning towards like a 7.5ish out of 10, but we'll see kind of how they end it with here, of course. So maybe not 7.5, maybe that's a little bit high, but like a 7 or something. Anyway, guys, episode 10, if you enjoy, make sure to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe, as our next show will be Heartstopper. That comes out, Heartstopper Season 2 comes out in about 6 days as of uploading this, so keep a lookout for that if you're interested. And then we've got other shows on the horizon as well. But for now, guys, the finale. Let's do this. I'm going with he's not actually going to die here, or it's like goes through the whole app, he's walking around and stuff, but then it's revealed that that's just heaven. And then it cuts to reality and he is dead.
I can keep you out now.
Fantastic. Hooray for therapy.
Hooray for therapy, I guess. Yeah. Oh.
Danny, let me in, please.
It's quiet.
What?
It's quiet.
There's no way he actually dies.
Danny, wake up!
Jesus.
Alright. Look, I just gotta get through this trial, and then I'm done, okay?
Sure, yeah.
I'm sorry,
And then
man.
the next trial comes up.
Come on, Ross.
Stan.
Fucking beggar, and I still get
Stan,
nothing. It's less than
stop.
nothing. I'm
I
at a
need you to
deficit
calm down
here,
or they're gonna
and I'm
throw
just
you
asking
out.
what I'm owed. It's what I'm owed.
Okay.
He rode the drugs. I'm gonna give him 2. Yeah, very secret,
Like
like.
to see the doc. Okay.
Jesus. Do you not want curtains? Like. There he is. See, show, don't tell. The Witcher needs to take note. Stop telling me things and show me things.
You've done what you can for this boy. It's time to step away from the case.
Well, don't know about that.
Good girl.
Good girl. Oh my god.
Why not?
I'm sorry,
I mean, aren't emotions the whole reason that we do what we do?
Raya.
And if they aren't, shouldn't they be?
I'm late for dinner. I'll see you in class.
Right, you're useless. As is your hairline. Get right.
We gotta talk.
Did he die?
Suicidal ideation is textbook. How did I not see that coming?
He didn't die.
All we know, if they hadn't heard him fall off his bunk, he'd be dead.
Oh, okay.
All right, now we just gotta hope he makes it through the night.
Somebody has to teach these people more words.
Not quite all, no.
What else?
They cleared him to be...
I like these two as a duo. I want a season 2 of just these two going on to another case. I'll be fine with that.
Are you okay? How do you feel? Are you in pain right now? Is there
It's not
anything that
Danny,
I
is
can
it?
get for you?
Adriana?
Danny?
Danny is safe,
Yeah.
but he is also not here.
Oh,
Nor
no,
will he
not
be coming,
Adriana.
and for that, you only have yourself to blame.
Please let me talk to him.
Jack.
I think we all know how that turned out last time. I think we've had just about enough of your help, so go find yourself another lost cause. I'll handle it from here.
Sure you will. Jack.
Nurse, I'm terribly tired and would like to rest now, please. So thank you both very much.
For coming to visit
He's
me.
such a good actor.
Counselor.
Really too kind.
I'll give the crowded room that. It has won me over with Tom Holland. Like, I want to watch him chart now just to see Tom Holland in it. Again, he's good in the Spider-Man films, but this is what's won me over with him.
The world out there is not for you, my boy. It never was.
Well, he's just going to spend his days here.
Too bloody cruel. Don't make me fill this place with water.
Oh. How is there only like 30 minutes left of this entire show? I hope they don't do a rushed ending.
Are you taking Klonopin hand over fist to treat?
Stuff from the war.
Stuff from the war?
Just stuff from
What do
the
you mean?
war.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, I lost a lot of men, and I take responsibility for that.
I don't know
fair
what you
enough.
mean. You were at war. And you were a kid,
Stop.
right?
Does anything about this face say please analyze it?
That's the thing, Stan.
I like Stan.
You okay? Smelling toast?
Oh my god. That's it. Let's get this to go. I'll explain it to you on the ride. Do you have a car?
She's figured it out. She's cracked the case. It's like Suits. I love Suits when they're trying to figure out a case and they look at like Glep and they're like Glep, Teddy, Green, Shrek, busting down door, All-Star, and they like figure things out by connecting dots like that. And it's like, okay. Sure.
Successful
So
testimony.
maybe we had the wrong witness.
Oh.
What happened to Danny? What happened to Adam? None of it was Danny's fault. But he doesn't know that. His
Right.
guilt, his shame, they're keeping him from being able to see what really happened. So we have to show him.
I don't follow. So yeah, the letdown of the show. She's not. Well, she is. She's a letdown for us and Danny. You could tell she was scared of, I don't know, that bloke. You can't hate her for it.
Oh, your class.
That ship has sailed.
What do you mean?
Oh, she quit.
I told the dean I needed another day off, and he said I needed to make a choice.
Oh, she made the choice, I guess.
Sorry.
Who wants to be a professor anyway? They're old. I don't want to be old. Nobody wants to be old.
Fair enough.
Frank wanted me to wish you luck, too.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Things don't always work out the way you want.
I ship her and Stan more than her and this bloke.
You take care.
You too, Maddie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go, I guess. This would be the moment. It's Jack, though, isn't it? Not Danny, right now. If he sits with his legs crossed, that's like the Jack sit.
One more witness, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Jack.
The defense calls Danny Sullivan to the stand.
Well, Danny, but... What? Okay. Hail Mary.
Of course, I am Danny Sullivan. Who else would I be?
Isn't your name Jack?
Objection. Whatever the defense is
Your
playing
Honor,
at.
Danny Sullivan has the presumption
Hey.
of innocence. It is his right, and in this case, that requires
Simmer
that we at
down.
least consider that that is not Danny.
I'll allow it.
Oh, yeah.
In the flesh.
As I'm up here, I very much appreciate the chance to tell my side.
Side of the story.
Him doing his
if that's
American
okay.
accent as well is good detail.
Okay.
I hated my stepfather. Before he came, it was just
My mom and me, and
I love how it sounds like Tom Holland being Jack and Jack trying to put on an American accent. So it's not like Danny's voice is like a bit different.
she was convinced he'd find her and hurt her.
I guess that's why I stayed so close to home.
Sounds like a bit off.
Just need a little leeway, if you'll allow it, Your Honor, please.
Mr. Camisa, you are embarrassing yourself.
Hey, when you're on the edge of losing anyway, why not?
Now, who is the other boy in this drawing?
You wouldn't know, would you?
That is Adam.
Oh.
And who is Adam?
I don't see how this is relevant.
But you're not in charge here. You have to answer the question.
This is an entirely fruitless line of questioning, Your
Answer
Honor.
the question, Jack.
I will do no such thing.
Oh. The mask slips.
Adam was.
Was my twin brother.
Danny's twin brother?
I think you'll find that's exactly what I just said.
Okay.
Always on summit. Stan the man.
Now, you recognize this photo? It's from Danny's living room wall, isn't it?
Yes,
Who's in the photo?
I mean, you could take a guess.
that's Candy. My mom and me.
Now, is there anything out of the ordinary about this photo?
No.
Nothing at all.
Oh, so good.
Answer the question, Danny.
Jack's sweating.
When?
when he was a boy.
Not a baby?
He died when he was a baby.
When he was just a boy.
So why isn't he in this picture? Or this one?
Oh,
I don't know.
Or this one?
I don't know.
Stop it! Stop.
I was right. I said that it wasn't his brother that was getting sexually abused.
What happened to Adam, Danny?
Ugh.
Again, what happened to Adam?
I fucking told you what happened to Adam.
Oh, Dan is rolling on up
Right. He died.
as a baby.
How?
So, okay.
Is it possible that you don't remember?
So Adam existed, but he still conjured him up in his mind in somewhere. That he was still alive. They're the photos Candy gave.
What happened to Adam, Danny?
Yeah, there's always something a bit off with the twin storyline. Ganged up on.
Hey, Dan.
I could be... no.
What happened to Adam, Danny?
I'll wait for them to say it. He's just had a breakthrough
He had to go
on the
away.
stand.
Why?
Because of what he did.
What?
He wanted it to happen. He wanted Marlon to do it.
Something
Because he
wrong.
wanted everything to be okay. To do whatever he wanted to him.
He's talking about himself.
And he raped him over and over.
But he said it.
But he wanted him to. So I had to send him away.
Who is Adam, Danny?
Adam is me. Oh, it's done so well,
My
dude.
brother.
But you never had a brother, did you? Who is Adam, Danny?
Me.
Yep.
The defense rests, Your Honor.
Yes, Stan.
The defendant, please rise.
Oh god, these bits always make me nervous in every trial. Especially the documentaries ones.
But I had found something that would save me.
Oh.
Really?
Look how
What was that?
different they look. All the hairs have changed.
Mr. Foreman, will you please read the verdict?
He looks happy, so...
We, the jury, do unanimously find the defendant, Daniel Sullivan, not guilty
Oh,
on
yeah.
all counts by reason of insanity.
GG's. Big moves, big moves. Oh, the interviewers are straight out.
There you go, kid.
Hell yeah. If he was found guilty, how many years would he have served, did they say? Because like I say, he didn't shoot anyone, really.
It's you, Raya.
Oh, yeah.
You saved me.
Well, she did, to be fair. She did help, actually helped a lot.
You can't have just been tired.
I guess anticlimactic, too?
Oh, I don't think...
There was no victory speech in the courthouse.
Oh, yeah, there is that.
No coming home party. I mean, we hadn't won your freedom.
Went out for a
Just
drink with
something
Stan.
smaller, a chance. I would check in with your new doctors, but confidentiality.
Oh, that's the...
And I just worried
from
about
the
you
intro.
all the time. Here we are.
This is from the intro. Yo, that's it.
Until I heard from your mom.
Well, they all are. Wow.
What made you finally let her come see you? After 2 years.
2 years.
Because I realized no matter how much time went by that I would never be ready. So I had to face the music.
Oh, what happened to the other guy? I'm assuming she left him. At least.
What are they, stars?
Fireflies, no?
Fireflies?
These are really something.
I'd buy that.
It's a little apartment.
Oh, okay.
Marlon?
Marlon.
For a while, he'd show up drunk outside my building a couple times a week.
Dipped off.
Cops got involved. And then one day, he just stopped.
There we go.
I let you down. so badly.
He got there on his own, though.
When did you know?
Yeah, did she always know? I've been wondering this, if like a part of her always knew.
When you were 4, I came to understand that he... So I got us as far away from him as possible.
Jesus.
So when Marlon... He seemed so strong, so dependable. Somebody who could take care of us. And we needed that. We needed taking care of. I needed it.
Well, you did the opposite of that.
I think for a long time I told myself it wasn't true. It couldn't be true. I couldn't have brought another man like that into our lives.
It's not her fault, but there's part of her that must feel so guilty for that. It's like...
Because a parent is supposed to protect their child. And I failed. And I want you to know. I know that.
She's taken some responsibility for it. Like, it's not her fault, but what she's saying makes sense.
I'm glad you came.
Maybe I can come back.
Oh, maybe.
And if she tried, could you ever forgive her?
She won't try.
Quite recent.
No, probably not. We all do the best we can.
But how are you? Now?
Oh, she up to? Did she go with Stan?
The same.
I can't be proud of my daughter.
Is that what that is?
At least you seem like to have a healthier relationship.
Hey, buddy. Gotta go to school. You're clearly integrating your alters. How does that feel?
They're all becoming one.
I'm just trying to be brave.
Oh,
You could be so OP. All the abilities formed into one.
Thank you so much for letting us use your office to catch up.
My pleasure. It's an honor to meet you.
Oh, she's a bit of a celebrity.
Walk me out.
Sure.
I love the difference in how he's talked to his mum and how he talks to her.
Anyway,
Completely different.
thank you for coming today. And thank you for everything.
Hell yeah. I hope they keep seeing each other. In the Crowded Room Season 2. It's just Danny in therapy and doing paintings and becoming an artist.
You got Jack's intelligence, Meg's charm, Ariana's confidence. They're all you.
Hell yeah. He does seem more confident, actually.
Not all of them. I have an unpaid debt. It's my time to be the guardian angel.
Oof.
Anyway, I'm late.
The wise
See you
Danny.
soon, Doc.
Me too, Dan.
Oh, shit. That was... So the brother there started, that's cool. There's a lot of light in this app. Like, it's the sun beaming on a lot of windows and stuff. And the fireflies in the room. This app's so good. They've ended it so well. 30%, by the way, guys. 30% show, apparently. Let's keep that in mind. Great final shot. Great final episode. Banger, banger, banger. I like a lot of shows. I feel like when it's like a trial or something, they have the trial and then they wrap it up in like 2 minutes. So that was that, and then boom, 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 boom. This he kind of had the trial, and we had like a good 10 to 12 minutes of kind of wrapping things up, like him having a conversation with Candy, and then him having a conversation with Rhea like a couple of years later and stuff. So and getting like what she's up to and her thoughts on him seeing another therapist, and then the paintings and all that stuff. Like, they gave us enough time to really wind it down and kind of leave on a hopeful note, which I thought was good of the show to do. And then before that, like, it all built really well. Like, Stan did a really good job. I would have liked to have seen Dan kind of maybe in the flash forward, but I don't think it was essential either. I assume he just went on to do more cases and did his thing. But I wonder if him and Rhea stayed in contact a little bit. But yeah, that brilliant episode, brilliant. This and the last episode, I think, are the two best of the entire show. 30% though, by the way, guys, on track. It's ridiculous. This show's, I hesitate to call it great because I do think, unfortunately, those first 4 episodes do bring it down a little bit. I think if those first 4 episodes were on the level of the rest of the show, even though saying that, I wonder if I go back to those first 4 episodes, if I'd appreciate them more now, knowing the entirety of the show. I think the crowded room, the one issue with it is you do really have to stick with it to kind of see the potential with it, because the first 4 episodes were just a little bit disjointed. I wasn't really invested. I thought the story, it wasn't messy, but it just, I don't know, it didn't feel like it was connecting in any way, like watching it. And then obviously you get to episode 5 onwards and you do find those 4 episodes to kind of make sense, but I just feel like they're a little bit slower. Like, you do really, really have to stick with it to kind of get to the great stuff. Which is unfortunate. I do stand by that there are only 2 truly great episodes. I think the last episode and this episode. But then we did have, like, going from our ratings here, like I say, eps 1 to 4 were pretty mid. But then ep 5 was good. Ep 6 was almost great, which was Ray's backstory. Ep 7 got even better. Ep 8 was good. And then eps 9 and 10 were both great, I would argue. So I think it's absolutely worth the watch. I think the performances are amazing from everyone. Tom Holland was brilliant in the show. Like, Tom Holland got better and better as the season went on. Like, I think this episode here is his best performance of the entire show, and maybe episode, was it 7? I want to say, where he's kind of jumping between all the personalities a bit. Maybe it's episode 8 as well, but I think episode 7. So yeah, Tom Holland, brilliant. Amanda Seyfried was amazing. Emmy Rossum, especially in that last episode where she's kind of taking on some of the responsibility for what happened. Like I said, it's not her fault. It's unfortunate that she thought she could trust 2 of these guys, and then they turned out to be the same kind of monster for her and Danny as well. So yeah, she wasn't going to know that, obviously, but I'm glad she kind of took on part of the responsibility in terms of her being like, she's the parent, like it was her responsibility to kind of protect him and look out for him, and she didn't really do that. So yeah, I thought that was a really, really great scene. It's unfortunate Marlon didn't get arrested or anything, but obviously he's just roaming around drunk, so I'm sure he'll spend the rest of his days in misery, and I doubt he'd ever get a good job again. So there is that. But yeah, I'd give this episode an 8 out of 10. I think it was a great ending to the show. I preferred this show to the 3rd season of The Witcher, so there is that. Take that what you will. And to be fair, looking at the tracked ratings, it has a 77%. But then if I go on the crowded room in general, it has a 68. So season 1, 77, but then the crowded room, 68. That doesn't really make sense. I'd give... I'm torn. I really want to give it an 8 out of 10, but I think that would be recency biased on the last, or just the fact that it kind of does get better with each episode. Like, this is the definition of a show that improves each episode, I think, over and over and over. Apart from episode 4 is the one off that I think is probably the weakest episode. But other than that, I think it does get better and better. So I would absolutely say it's worth the watch. And I'm not going to quite go an 8 out of 10. I think that's a little bit too high. I think if those first 4 episodes were on the level of the rest, I would give it the 8. So I'd go I think 7.5. I was debating a 7.5 when I first started the reaction. I said I think 7.5 is a little bit too high, but I think this finale was so good that I'm going to go with the 7.5 out of 10. I think this was a really good show overall. I don't see how... I'd completely disagree with the critics on this one. Absolutely. And I feel like this is maybe a show that's going to get maybe more love in time. Like, I feel like if this was on like Netflix or something, it would have been better received, but I think Apple TV, like, just not many people are on that, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm happy going a 7.5 out of 10 for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the crowded room in general down below. Thanks for watching, and I will be doing Hot Stopper next week, so keep a lookout for that. Until then, take care. Peace.